Oh, hi! Welcome to What's the Vibe with Katie and Amy, the elusive in-person version.
I'm Katie.
I'm Amy, and we are bringing whatever vibe we want. You can tune in and watch us talk about mysteries, kidnappings, heroes,
Conspiracy theories.
yes, and murder. You should like it. Stay a murder. This week, the vibe is Hot Topic.
Oh, yes. The vibe is Mean Girls.
The vibe is murder.
And the vibe is trending, which is kind of the same as Hot Topic.
Yeah, I like it. Influencing.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What else could it be? Designer. The vibe is
Designer. Controversial.
yes. And murder.
Yes, and back to murder.
See, it's fun, isn't it?
It is.
If you haven't already guessed, this week we are going to talk about Mackenzie Shirilla.
I have a lot of thoughts about Mackenzie.
Oh,
I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about Mackenzie's family.
me too. I could not wait to talk to you about it. Oh my gosh. We've been holding it in.
It's taken everything in me not to just be like, hey, Amy, these people, let's talk about them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So we both watched The Crash that came out on Netflix just a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Mm-hmm.
About Mackenzie Shirilla and her boyfriend, not Davion.
Dominic Russo.
Thank you, Dominic. And his friend Davion. And they were in a car crash and the two boys did not make it.
Yes.
So
I'm excited to talk about The Crash. We're going to kind of go through that.
yes.
But also what The Crash did not include because we both watched some additional things.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they left out a good bit of
yeah, because when well, I'll wait till we get there.
Okay. So July 31st, 2022, which it's kind of wild to me that this was only 4 years ago.
Yeah.
About 5:30 a.m., Mackenzie and her boyfriend and her boyfriend's best friend, so Mackenzie, Dominic, and Davion, are leaving a sleepover, a party,
Get together.
yeah, hangout. They called it, a lot of people called it a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
But they leave, and I think the plan was they were going to go back to Dominic's house.
That's the way they explained it, and that's the way I understood.
At 6:20 a.m., police approached the scene of a car accident. The car is split in two with all three of them inside.
We see the body cam footage from the police officer's perspective, and you could tell from that body cam footage how rattled and
they had never seen anything of the sort.
They were blurring it out on the crash, so we couldn't see what they were seeing. But you can only imagine, based on what we learn later, of the speed that they were going, and yeah, unbelievable.
They were immediately questioning, like, was this a vehicle fault? Like, did something go wrong in the car? Was the driver on drugs? Was she impaired in any way? Was that the only two that they were initially, I think?
Yes, and which that Coach bag that Mackenzie had, oh my God, I want that. She influenced me. First of all, I love Coach, but it was so cute. But it was at the scene, and her belongings, they did find drugs.
They did.
They found mushrooms in her clothing, they said.
Like a significant amount, too, I think.
Yeah, and a scale. Yes. At the scene.
Yes. So they're there, and they're trying to figure out what they're even looking at. The car split in two, and they realize that the driver is still alive. They could immediately tell Dominic and Davion did not make it. So they call Life Flight, I think it was called. Yeah. And they get somebody out to take Mackenzie out. She was wearing her seatbelt.
Hmm.
Dominic and Davion were not. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with the impact.
And how suspicious? I mean, it should not be suspicious that you're wearing your seatbelt.
But the other two are not.
But the reason that it makes it suspicious is because there's video upon video upon video of her driving her car at high rates of speed, smoking the fattest marijuana cigarettes I've ever seen in my life.
Literally at 17. Like,
these things were dog legs, as the kids say. I'm like, yeah, immediately when I'm watching the Netflix documentary and I'm seeing her nice car, her expensive clothing, and the fat ass joints that she's smoking, I was immediately like, how does she have all this money?
Okay.
Were you kind of wondering the same thing?
I wasn't really wondering about the money, just because they had said, what is this, Strongsville, Ohio, that it was a well-to-do town.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So I didn't really question it, but what I was questioning the whole time that I'm seeing her in these car videos and smoking, like, the biggest, I just can't. Like,
yes,
it was massive.
It was huge.
Where are her parents? Is what I was thinking. Like, her parents are cool with this?
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay, so they get Mackenzie, and then they're moving on to the boys to extract the boys from the vehicle. And they realize that the impact of the crash is primarily on the passenger's side of the car. Not only that, but Davion has somehow ended up in the front on top of Dominic.
Yeah. I have thoughts, but I didn't know if you had another part of the timeline.
You don't.
Yeah. So then I think, does it not kind of cut to the hospital scene where her parents have been notified? Mackenzie's been lifelined to the hospital.
Yes.
And they meet there. And their reaction, Katie, what did you think about when the police are telling them your daughter's been in an accident? She was the driver. There were drugs involved. Her two passengers did not make it.
I don't want to say they seemed unbothered, but they almost didn't seem surprised in a way.
It was, I mean, I can imagine getting news like that. Like, you're probably in shock.
Mm-hmm.
But their reaction to me was so weird. Like, they didn't break down crying.
No.
They were just kind of like, it's not Dom. It's not Dom. It's not, it could be another Dom.
How many Doms does Mackenzie know? That's suspicious.
Yeah, I don't think it could be another Dom. You knew that they lived together.
Right.
You knew that was her boyfriend. Where was she picking up a random Dom? And why are you saying that? I just thought their whole reaction was so weird.
I would agree. It was off. It was just giving off a little bit. I think that right around that same time, the police showed body cam footage of them going to speak with Dominic's dad.
Gosh.
And not only was that so sad, but did you see, and it wasn't included on the Netflix special, but it was floating around social media, them breaking the news to Dominic's mom.
Yeah.
That was so sad.
Now that's a reaction to a tragedy.
Yes.
Like, the police could not even keep her in the chair.
No.
To find out your 20-year-old son, I don't think we mentioned Dom was 20 years old, in such a horrific way. And I want to say in one clip I saw, even in this, which, why didn't they show this on the Netflix documentary? Where she's kind of running around her house, even saying she always drove crazy or something to that effect. They left so much out of the Netflix.
I feel like, kind of like with Amy Bradley, I feel like Mackenzie's family and friends really controlled the narrative of the Netflix doc.
Oh, yes.
And maybe why they didn't show that.
Oh, 100%. They had to have.
Yeah.
And it still made her look like shit. But, but we have some other pieces of information we'll interject here along the way.
So the day after the crash, Mackenzie has a broken femur, broken knee, 3 broken ribs, a lacerated kidney, and a liver. But something that was super weird to me, so they're in the she's in the hospital, her parents are there with her, and the police come in. And her parents are immediately saying, don't say anything without a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
2 people are dead.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter was just in a horrific car accident. Why is that your first thought?
Well, they had already been, I mean, playing devil's advocate here, they had already been told the drugs were found in the car.
Okay, that is true.
So yeah, they know she needs a lawyer.
Yeah.
They know she needs a lawyer. So yeah, it does make you look like shit, but you are a piece of shit. So, that is what it is. But yeah, I can kind of understand that.
Well, it was kind of conflicting to me because they then handed over her phone to the police with her passcode. So, which is it? Are you going to
that was weird too.
To the cops, or are you going to cooperate?
I thought that was very weird. And they were like, "Of course we're going to give over her phone and cooperate." I would have said get a warrant for that phone because you know what's on that phone.
Exactly.
You at least have some suspicions of what's on that phone.
Even if there's nothing like between her and Dom, the videos that she's posting driving down the road or hanging out in her closet are plenty enough for them not to want the police to see. The
videos of her smoking weed and just being reckless that her mother is liking on social media.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I know I cannot be the only mother that has seen like a swimsuit bottom that I thought was a little too revealing and been like, hey, you take that down.
Right.
And I'm not the most conservative or best mother in the whole world, but I just saw a picture on social media yesterday. I'll show you after this. I was like, a grandmother posted of her teenage granddaughter that I could see. What? I could read her lips in her swimsuit bottoms. I said it.
Okay.
Well, and you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean.
Like, it leaves something to the imagination.
Absolutely.
I mean, I already seen it in real life. We don't need it memorialized on the Facebook. Forever.
So, the police are questioning Mackenzie. They're trying to figure out what happened, and they want to get her insight. Like, what do you remember leading up to the crash? And she says she remembers leaving the house with Dominic and Davion. And they were just driving and they, turned a corner to go around the road or whatever. And after that, they crashed. But she has no memory of after she turned onto the road.
But you know what? That during that line of questioning, was she still in the hospital bed and the police were talking to her? Something else the Netflix documentary didn't show. Katie, have you seen this? Where she says to her mother,
no, but thank you for bringing that up because I don't have it in my notes. I have not seen that, but I've read a couple of articles that they were talking in this language.
Carney.
Yes.
Carney or gibberish, where they have their own secret language. What?
Okay, I have several questions. One, at what point in Mackenzie's life did she approach her mom or her mom approach her? Or has this just been going on her entire life since she was a baby with this secret language?
And they do it on jail calls too. I'm sounding a little weird there, but it has like...
They add extra E's, I think.
Yeah, they add a sound. And it can be any sound, but the other person just has to know what that sound is. So if it's Ishe or something, they might add Ishe before every vowel.
Maybe we should try that.
No, I can't. I just did try. I can't do it. But people have said that what she said to her, she says in front of the police officer, "Can I ask my mom a question really quick?" And the police officer's like, "Yeah, sure." And then she says total gibberish. And the mom responds, and the police officer's like,
"What is going on here?"
But people have deciphered it and said that she said to her mom, "Can we tell them I had a seizure or something?"
Okay.
That's disputed.
I want to know why they didn't show that in the Netflix.
Oh, me too. But you asked the question, who do you think, like, mom or Mackenzie?
Yeah.
I think mom, based on an interview I saw her do, she said her parents did it too.
What?
I guess they all speak gibberish as their second language. They're calling it Carney. I didn't know Carneys had a secret language.
Me either. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Maybe, not
Yeah,
really.
what do they say? Hey, do you want me to ask this 12-year-old girl out for you? Like, oh, yeah. No.
Come on. Okay, so the timing is obviously suspicious of her memory loss.
Yeah.
A couple of days after the crash, Davion's friends, which let's just talk about Davion for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I felt bad for anybody, if I had to pick one person in this situation, it's him and his family.
Yeah.
He was, I almost said a member. He was not a member or a victim, but he was a foster kid.
Oh, yeah, he was adopted out of foster
Yes,
care.
thank you.
Him and his 2 sisters.
Yes.
And his parents are the only likable people in the whole Netflix documentary.
The only common sense.
Yeah.
Like, even Dominic's parents were still talking to Mackenzie's parents right after the crash.
Mm-hmm.
And Davion's parents they don't want any contact with any of them.
No, I don't blame them. Davion was a member of the football team. He
wanted to be a barber.
Yes, barber college.
Yes.
And he had recently, I don't know how recent, but after he hurt his knee at football or ACL or something, and maybe that's the same thing. I'm not a doctor.
His leg.
He hurt something and he wasn't on the football team anymore. Then that's when he kind of started hanging around with Dominic. And if you're hanging out with Dominic, you're hanging out with Kenzie, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Based on other commentary in this documentary. So just seemed like a good kid, was gonna turn it around, was gonna be something great, and was just a victim of timing.
Seriously, like nobody knows really, but I don't feel like she had any ill will against Davion, that he was truly just a victim.
I do think that, yes, I think she probably wouldn't have. She was a sight seeking him out to murder him.
Right, yes.
But I do know that there was some bad blood between
there was
Davion and Mackenzie, because it's come out later that he had her blocked on social media.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Some of this is coming from the Tubi. You got to watch this.
Okay.
It's on Tubi. It's called Dr. Insanity. And they do, it's a several several episode show, but they do cover this.
Okay. Is Davion's little sister Divine in that?
No.
Because she is so sweet.
I follow her on TikTok now. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, a couple of days after the crash, Davion has a couple of friends that actually approached the police, and they said that they had some information that they thought they should share. He had Life 360 on his phone, and they had his location, and they were actually, which, I can't even imagine this, but they were able to see exactly what time they crashed.
I didn't know Life 360 had that much capability. They could tell how fast he was going. They could tell there was no hard braking, and then the exact time of the hard brake, aka hitting a brick wall going over 90 miles an hour.
The corner of a brick wall.
Yeah.
So I was really happy to hear that he had some good friends that were willing to step forward with some helpful information. During this time, Mackenzie's blood tests actually come back, and they are negative for alcohol, for the drug compound that's found in the mushrooms. And really the only thing she has in her system was THC, which, that could have been there from the night before, could have been there from 2 weeks ago.
Well, that's something else the Netflix documentary left out, Katie.
Perfect.
The first blood test that they took, which would have been, you would think, while she's in surgery, right? Or immediate. Somehow they got the surgeon or whoever to scrap that one.
What?
So the blood test was actually either 24, 48, 72 hours later. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact. So by that time, I don't know. I don't do the magic shrooms. Yeah. I don't know how long that stays. I would, but no, I'm just kidding. How long that stays in your system?
I don't know.
Alcohol. If she's getting a lot of IV fluids, that could be out in a day or two.
Right.
Marijuana, you're stuck with because that's 30 days.
Yeah.
That's a 30-day window. Even as tiny as she is. So, You mean she was just party hopping all night long with a bag of mushrooms and alcohol and was like, none for me.
So in the Netflix doc that I watched, her friend Rosie. So
let's make it a drink to talk about Rosie.
So Rosie was at this sleepover. Rosie was calling it a sleepover. Rosie was at this sleepover, quote unquote, with Davion, Dominic, Mackenzie, and I think maybe a couple of other friends as well.
They don't really mention them.
But multiple things about Rosie. First of all, the police called her and said, "We know you were with her. We would like to set up an interview." And you would think, I want to help my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I want to help the 2 people that just died who were also my friends. But Rosie thought differently.
Even if I knew, oh shit, Katie was drunk or high, or I mean, I would still feel like it's my due. I have to go and say what really happened.
Yeah,
not Rosie.
No,
not Rosie.
She felt like she should really keep it all inside. She didn't want to share that. Not until, and I'm sure Mackenzie and her family had something to do with this, but not until the documentary of Netflix approached her and said, "Would you like to be in this show?" And then she was ready to talk.
Yeah. I didn't say anything.
No, not really.
No. Mackenzie wants to be a model like me. That's the shit she was saying.
She was.
I'm like, why are you here?
She did say, according to her, that the friends smoked weed that night, but Mackenzie was on a smoke break, quote unquote. And they talked about doing the mushrooms, but it was already midnight, so it was too late. And they were all asleep by 3. So that was really the only information that Rosie gave.
Yeah. Then why couldn't she have given that to the police?
Thank you.
She had some stuff to hide. She needed to get her story straight, so she needed.
She did. Time. Yeah. So the police are still kind of at a dead end. They don't really know what caused this crash. So they start pulling cameras from the businesses around the route that she took that morning. And they can see, and they posted a video in the documentary. She approaches like a stoplight or an intersection. She makes a very calm right turn. And then the little box in the car, whatever that's called.
The little black box.
The little black box clocked her car going 100 miles per hour on this curvy-ass road. No brakes, like you said. There was no skid marks or nothing. So they're still kind of confused. Now, they did initially find a shoe stuck to the floorboard of the car. So they were like...
A Prada slipper.
Oh, yes.
A Prada slipper.
Just a shoe.
No.
But it was stuck to the floorboard.
Right.
So they thought, like, maybe she was driving at 100 miles per hour and her foot actually got stuck on the gas.
You have all this time to cut a slipper in half. Like, come on.
Thank you. Yeah, like, take your slipper off. Like, I don't know. You have options.
You may have this in your notes, but the little black box also registered that at one point the car went into neutral.
Yes. And that the steering wheel was being jerked. So, I mean, I don't know what you think, but I personally think the boys were trying to save their lives.
Yeah, I think probably Davion was like leaning up from the back seat,
Yep.
knocked that gear shifter into neutral, while Dominic's trying to like steer away from what he sees as his fate.
That would be so horrific.
What is wrong with her? Oh my gosh.
So I watched Mean Girl Murders on Hulu. They did an episode about Mackenzie Shirilla. And a lot of people that she went to school with said that she had a bitch list. And that she was basically, I don't know if I want to say her idol, but she looked up to Regina George. Like, who?
That is so weird.
Why?
That is so weird. you noticed that there weren't a slew of friends coming to say, oh gosh, she would never do this. We had Rosie, the workout influencer.
Oh my gosh.
And that one random girl that said she wouldn't eat a McChicken. Those were her two friends.
That girl was like, she won't eat a McChicken, so I know she could never kill anybody. She cares too much about her body.
Yeah.
What does her body have to do with killing two people?
Yes. Yeah, that's insane.
So let's talk about the TikTok that kind of resurfaced. She posted it a couple of years before the crash.
Mm-hmm.
And it was her like dancing to a song or, just doing whatever influencers do in their TikToks. But the quote and the lyrics of the song said, "I'm just one of those girls who can do a lot of drugs and not die."
Oh, I thought you were going to say a different TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah, that is crazy. So at trial, because spoiler alert, Mackenzie does get arrested.
Yes.
For murder times 2.
Mm-hmm.
They pull her out of the car and she's like, you can't take my phone.
Oh my God. Bracelet.
Yes. Just being a little bitch the whole time. I want to tell you this part too, and then we'll come back to this.
Okay.
In the Dr. Insanity on Tubi, she's arrested. She's in the jail cell. Her parents come to the police station and they're like, we want to talk to our daughter.
Oh, okay.
And the police are like, your daughter's in custody. You're not talking to her.
Good.
They both are throwing a huge fit. Katie, you've got to watch it. And the dad's like, you just call that. And we would have brought her down.
No, I don't think you would have.
And that's not how this works. She's arrested for double homicide,
Right.
sir. Well, we want to talk to her really quick. And the police officer, I don't know how he was. I get sassier at work than this officer did with these parents. He's just like, no, we can't do that. Well, we want to talk to her, and you can't talk to her without a lawyer. And the police officer is still very kindly like, she's 18 now. She's an adult.
Yep.
She'll be able to vocalize that to us if that's her wish. She's a dumb 18-year-old. The daddy's like flipping out. Oh, you're dumb.
You should have taught her not to be dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she didn't just come up this way by herself. Unless she did, and that's...
Oh, no. We'll talk more about those parents. But, so, like I said, spoiler alert, she's on trial for double murder. That TikTok is played for the jury.
Oh, my gosh. And why... Like, I get being a teenager and just posting dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But do you really not have a conscience to, like... I think it was... The crash happened July 21st. This was posted Halloween of her doing a transition.
Oh my gosh.
In a hotel room. And it's like her and a couple of girls getting ready for a concert or something. They're dancing and then it just transitions and they're all dressed as corpses.
Well, her argument is that's not a corpse, Katie. That is Playboy Cardi.
Yes. That is the makeup he wears.
Never heard of him. No.
Okay, I have heard of him. I couldn't have told you that that's the makeup he wears.
But, okay, so that is Playboy Cardi. And Cardi or Cardi?
Cardi. Like, me? Like, yeah, but with a T.
Oh, okay, Carti. Playboy Cardi. Carti. Anyway, okay, can we not agree that it looks like a corpse? Because it's like white, and then like a black nose, and then like this creepy smile thing.
Black eyes.
Black eyes.
It looks like a corpse.
Yes, and this is 2 months. Wait, July, August, 3 months after you just killed the love of your life. Accidentally or on purpose, who cares? Now you're dressed like 3 corpses.
3 slutty corpses.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost saw a nip. Okay, so that TikTok, the one that said, I'm the girl that can do a lot of drugs and not die.
Yeah.
And then did you also see the one where it's just like all these hot photos of Mackenzie Shirilla? And at the end it says, I'm the girl you died for?
Yes, I did see that one too.
Not a good look.
And again, I think she had tried to claim that was like a song or something.
It is a trend, and other people had done it.
But read the room.
Mm-hmm.
Read the room.
Yeah. No, it's not good.
So, yes, she was arrested for aggravated murder ×2. And she had a trial set for August of 2023. Yeah, to this day, she just remembers it being 5 a.m. and turning, and then her life was ruined. That's just crazy to me how she's going to claim and that she doesn't remember anything. And during the trial, I think is when it came out, her mom was called up as a witness or something. And they're questioning her about whether Mackenzie has any health issues. And her mom says, yes, she has POTS. She was diagnosed with that back in 2017. And I don't even know exactly what POTS is. I know it gives you a high heart rate. It can make you lightheaded. You can pass out. But the prosecutors and everything said that they found no definitive diagnosis anywhere in her medical history that she had POTS that would have caused this crash.
Sorry, dog alert.
Dog alert.
Yeah, that whole trial was. Well, here's something else that the Netflix documentary left out, which I'm sorry, Netflix, you pissed me off with this one because there was so much stuff that you left out, like the fact that her phone tracked her driving that same exact path or route to that brick building 5 or 6 times the day before. This was planned. This was a trial run.
She clearly did not watch the Alec Murdaugh trial. Otherwise, she would have known to left her phone at home.
Yes. Yeah.
Your phones are always, they're tracking everything.
Uh-huh.
You just don't realize it.
I don't know if it was a Snapchat setting or her Life 362 or Find My, I don't know, but they could clearly see she's just driving this path the day before. And she had threatened to kill Dominic many times via text message. Those text messages, Katie, oh my gosh. There's people on TikTok that are reading them word for word. Dominic said this, and then she said this. They are so cringe. Oh my God.
They just remind me of being 12 years old.
Yes.
If these were 17-year-olds, and he was 20, so she was even a couple of years older. Something though that I believe this also came out at trial was Mackenzie would get into these rages when Dominic wouldn't give her something that she wanted. And he spoiled her a lot.
Yeah.
Her parents clearly spoiled her a lot. They let her move in with Dominic. She was 17. Granted, she had already graduated high school and whatnot.
No, she was still going to high school.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, there were some mornings he had to drive her and pick her up from school. What? That was in one of the other docs, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, and I don't know if you also know, Mackenzie was getting into a lot of trouble at school. Fighting with other kids, being disrespectful to teachers, you name it. And when they would call her parents to pick her up, the principal reported there was no repercussions for her behavior at home. This was just, the dad even said in the Netflix documentary that one time he went to pick her up and was like, did you cause this problem, Mackenzie? And she said, no. And he was like, good enough for me.
What?
They helped create this monster.
They did. And I don't know who I dislike more, Mackenzie's mom or Mackenzie's dad, because they both just are.
Oh, they're terrible.
They are not self-aware. In the documentary, Mackenzie's dad was wearing this t-shirt that said boom on it.
What was that? What was that? And as a producer, I probably would have been like, that's the shirt we're going
right
with. I love it. I love it.
You got something a little racier, maybe?
Yeah. Because, you're trying to get ratings, but that's unbelievable. And we'll get to it, but I want to talk about the jail calls between Mackenzie and her mom.
Oh, yes, definitely. Well, something I was going to say is that I think it was during trial, it had come out that Mackenzie gets in these rages and she's fighting with Dominic, and he had actually recorded a couple of phone calls that he had had with Mackenzie, and she's outside his home, he is inside, and she's beating on the door saying, you better let me in this house right now. This is the house I sleep in every night. And he's being so calm talking to her. He's like, I'm not going to let you in the house when you're acting like this. We're not going to fight. We're not. And she is just screaming and going off on him multiple times. She said, I'll break in, stop being a little bitch.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not funny, but it is like, because I do believe, Kitty, that two things can be true at the same time. I do think that Mackenzie has something wrong.
Yes.
I think she's a sociopath.
Absolutely.
I think the way she switches up from, I'm just an innocent little girl, to that aggressive, psychotic, name calling, like something weird is going on there. But I also do think that it is possible that Dominic has gaslit her.
Oh, definitely.
Until she started that meltdown, because I've been there. And then you can always tell when somebody's recording you, because all of a sudden they're like, what's so wrong? I can't believe you're behaving this way. And then I like, oh, I know what's going on here. So I do think that's a strong possibility. They're kids. They were still very young. And
the relationship was just so toxic.
Yeah, so toxic. And I'm basing that on a lot of the text messages, because he was kind of a shit to her.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mackenzie, in the state of Ohio, you have the choice to be tried by a judge or tried by a jury. And she chose to go with the judge.
Why?
I kind of wondered that same thing too, because with the jury, you've got multiple people you've got to convince.
Yes.
With the judge, it's just the one.
And here's another fun fact. The Russo family knows a lot of the attorneys and the judges in the area. Yeah, that's what, you've heard that. That name's important in that town. I don't know all the specifics, but yeah, and that judge knew what the community wanted, had to answer to them. I would have definitely went jury. I feel like her lawyer did her a disservice.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, there is one part in the documentary when she says something about he's fired, or her lawyer was fired, or something like that.
He's like, thank God.
So the judge clearly has eyeballs, and
really, that's good.
And see justice. She can see justice, and she says you are guilty on all counts. And then it cuts to like a phone call between Mackenzie and her mom saying, I didn't think this would happen. How much time do you think I'm going to get? Like, Mackenzie's just in disbelief. I think she thought she was going to get away with it.
She's used to getting away with it.
She is.
Yes.
So, I believe it was before before the judge sentenced Mackenzie to her time. She had her parents come up, or her mom came up to say some words, and so did Davion's mom.
Oh my gosh.
Like, to make a victim impact statement, but then also to like fight for Mackenzie. And Davion's mom was just so kind, and his sister wrote a letter saying that he was her role model and made her feel safe, and he was collateral damage is what it was. But then Mackenzie's mom gets up there and she's like, please go easy on my daughter. Please don't give Mackenzie all of this time. Mackenzie's so kind. Mackenzie's this. Mackenzie's that. And I'm sorry, but the judge is not here to talk about Mackenzie. She said.
I was surprised that the judge interrupted her impact speech.
She did.
I was surprised, but she says, I'm hearing a lot about your daughter and very little about Dominic and Davion.
And I mean, really, come on. Those should have been the first two words out of your mouth, Dominic and Davion.
Start with, Dominic was like a member of our family. We loved him for 3 years. I can't believe he's gone. This is killing Mackenzie. They just have no self-awareness, like you've already said.
Don't.
They just cannot put themselves in anybody else's shoes or even consider, even if it's fake, maybe we should behave like X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
They don't even fake it. Right. They just can't.
Have you seen the meme in the TikTok comments of Mackenzie's mom going,
yes, oh my God.
Like when they're like,
her face is so bad. It's so bad. Oh my gosh. Well, something else that was left out, I've kind of alluded to it a minute ago, of the Netflix documentary, and it's like, why? Like, give us all the facts.
Seriously.
So that we can care about all of this or care about none of it, but let us decide.
Yes.
That was in the other one that I mentioned on Tubi, which is free. Anybody can go get Tubi and watch it. It's pretty well determined that Mackenzie was a sex worker.
Oh.
I wondered if that would be new information
That is
to you.
completely new information.
Yeah, they got, because you know how you think. At least I thought.
In real life, before she went to prison?
In real life, before she went to prison.
I was like, maybe she's a prison sex worker.
Well, we can talk about that in a second, too. I don't think she's a sex worker, but she definitely got some lady friends.
She definitely does.
But, you know, on Snapchat, it's supposed to be, like, the way to cheat or the way to, like, do stuff incognito. Maybe not cheat, but...
Because it disappears. Yeah.
But they can retrieve them.
I believe that.
They can, and they did. And there was a conversation between her and another party. They've not named this person. That was like $1,000 for a video, or for $2,000 or $2,500. I can't remember. In person, you can do anything you want.
What?
And then shortly after that, there's that picture of her holding that stack of money.
Yeah.
And then there's some talk between her and Dominic about how he did something with her feet. I can only imagine what he did. For $2,500 or $2,000. Oh, did he eat a toe?
Oh, gross.
That's a bunch of money.
We didn't know that.
Yes. Right. You wouldn't from Netflix.
No, because her parents said, cut that out.
They said, well, Dominic comes from a wealthy family. He was in day trading or stocks.
Oh, yeah, he was in, like, cryptocurrency. And
was he, though, or was he the plug? Is what they're basically saying. He was kind of the town drug dealer. I don't care. He didn't deserve to die.
Oh, no.
I don't care if Mackenzie was a sex worker. She didn't deserve to die. But that's another reason why you don't let your 17-year-old daughter have complete and total freedom. No accountability. No checking in. She doesn't even live under your roof. And she's selling her body and killing people.
And they're just like...
She
said
girl.
She didn't, so...
I know.
Oh.
In Pig Latin, she told us she didn't do it.
I mean, that's code for she's good. She's a good girl.
So yeah, I did not think she was a sex worker. That didn't even click in my brain. I did think they were probably selling drugs.
Yeah,
based on the scale,
right?
The bar, and the
definitely.
mushrooms and the weed. Those joints that were this big around.
That's being gen. I feel like they were this big.
She had to hold it with one of those tiny hands.
Huge. She getting all these bongs.
Exactly.
She had so many.
So she was a sex worker, and Dominic, and some of the text messages when they were fighting, he would say, I'm going to tell your mom you're a prostitute.
Oh.
So he knew.
Okay.
So this relationship was very dangerous and toxic, and they just didn't have life skills to be dealing with none of that.
Oh my gosh. No, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So Mackenzie is sentenced to 2 counts of 15 years to life to serve them concurrently, which I have a question. Why is serving your sentences concurrently an option?
I know.
Because that means she only has to spend 15 years to life. She's serving them both at the same time. How can you be in jail twice at the same time? Like,
I know. I think they could have at least made it consecutive. I know that's the other choice. To honor the families of both Dominic and Davion. But I think that judge knew something we didn't know, probably already from jail life, when she said, I don't think you'll be out in 15.
That is true. True.
I don't think so either.
She did. Okay, so the documentary. It is almost at the end when the judge sentences her. And then they have like this really dramatic, like, quiet scene, and then who walks in to the room but Mackenzie in prison with this big fuck ass bun on her head. Because why is it this big?
Why did she turn into a Latina?
Why?
Like, we know some beautiful Latinas. Okay, they wouldn't do that stupid bun, but I mean, just the rest of it and the way she was trying to speak.
Oh, she was giving, okay, you know what she was giving to me? Bad Barbie.
You know what she was giving to me? Multiple personality disorder.
Oh, that too.
Have we unlocked a new character?
Yes, I think we have. If she ever gets out, I think we will then have another character.
We will get a new character.
Yes. Yeah. So, she comes in and kind of just talks about what she remembers, which, again, she's still, to this day...
I'm here to say my side of the story.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what it is.
And then, to this day...
She doesn't have a side because she can't freaking remember.
She was speaking such lawyer bullshit. To the best of my recollection, there is no recollection. I concur that I cannot remember. Right, attorney?
Right. She kept asking her attorney, was that enough? And then she said the statement several times, I have excessive amounts of remorse. This is how you're showing it?
Not a tear.
Nothing. So you want to talk about Mackenzie's talking to her mom.
Well, yeah, so on these jail calls, first of all, whoa. I have a theory.
Okay.
I have a theory that Mackenzie has some dirt on her parents.
I could see that.
I don't know if it's abuse. I don't know if it's something shady they've done. I don't know if it's sexual abuse from the dad, because there's a theory going around about that too.
Of course.
Because she runs this shit.
Absolutely, she does.
Even in jail, her mom can't say, well, honey, people lost their lives. You just need to sit down and shut up and serve your time.
Right.
Keep your head down. That's what I would tell my kid.
Exactly.
Sit down, shut up. I'll keep money on your books. I love you no matter what. Because all that can be true at the same time. But no, Mackenzie would be like, you're a dumb bitch. Go on. She's like it's
try to do better next time.
It's so, and they're all over TikTok, these jail calls.
Yes, they are.
I want to hear them now, though. I want to hear them when Mackenzie's mom says, hey, they're playing our calls on TikTok. And then what does she say? Because, and sometimes on the jail calls, she does this carny language too.
Why?
Somebody deciphered one of those, and apparently she was like bitching about one of the correction officers that was nearby. So she just wanted to gossip and not have her know. But the fact that they even have this language is
it's so weird. The call that really stood out to me was, I don't know how recent it was, but Mackenzie's mom and her were on the phone, and Mackenzie's mom said something along the lines of, the story's going everywhere. You're international. Even England's covering this. And like Mackenzie is excited to be getting all of this attention.
Well, she wanted to go viral.
She did.
And she did.